Yo, 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 it's your boy Old Fire Dynasty. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we're back in the build. So, I remember we started to put Legends albums together, the next level. And I remember Legends like, you ready, twin? Like, we're going to do this. So, part of the deal that we made with the manager at the time was I wanted to participate in the production. And I wasn't even a producer at that time, really. Like, I was just starting out. I was literally just starting out. And the way I had learned was Mighty K or DJ Mighty K. We worked at the same job together. So he came into the job and he had FL Studio, which was Fruity Loops at the time, on a CD. And he put it onto the computers at the job. And then watching him make beats. He's like, yo, I'm about to be a producer. I'm like, I didn't even have a computer at the time. You know what I mean? Or did I have a computer? No, I did. Yeah, I had just got my computer. I literally, that's what happened. I had a lawsuit. I think I had lawsuit money that had came in, and I had just went and got a computer and a camera, something like that. One of those things. It was like cheap, like $1,000, like lawsuit money that came in. It was nothing. So it was one of those type of lawsuits that you would get money because the lawyers like messed up your deal, so they gave you something. Like, it was, I don't know. The lawyers messed up my whole lawsuit. Anyway, my pops and the lawyers. My pops was being greedy, like he's trying to transfer. He tried to take the case from one lawyer to another lawyer because the other lawyer was going to try to get more money, but the lawyer was crooked. They wanted him going down. So the first lawyer never sent over the case. They was like fighting over who's going to. The case sat in limbo. So I didn't get the money. But there's something like in this court system, like, oh, if this happens, you get a little. So I got like $1,000, and that was no money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, they're like, come get your check, like. So we going up there thinking we're gonna get a big check. It's like 1,000. Open up the envelope. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, whatever. So we went and got like a computer, some camera, stuff like that. The camera got stolen when we got robbed. When they try to off my younger brother Doughboy. They try to slam a TV in his head. They was stabbing him. Three dudes. So yeah, that's but me and Legend had walked out the house to go get some food, and they ran in the house. They didn't know he was there though. You know what I mean? That's the thing. But then they still like did what they did. It's like pussy niggas though. You know what I'm saying? Like, why you running in when everybody was in the house? Your ass would have got done in. And these were grown men. We were young too. Like, we would still handle our business. But whatever. Crazy, man. So anyway, let me jump way back. I get sidetracked sometimes. So the music thing. So now, I got Mighty K. I said, let me try that. I could probably make beats for my brother. So then he brought me a copy, and I took it home, and I started trying to make beats. Not good, but it is what it is. So when we got connected with this manager guy to put out Legends album, one of the deals is like I help with the production, so I provide the samples. But I'm young, I'm not even thinking. So he's like, oh yeah, your name could go down for that. So he's a lot older, and he knows, like, just because I put my name down on for finding the samples, that don't mean nothing. You don't get no money for that, and you really don't get no credibility for that. Anybody can find a sample, but I'm so young and don't even know. So I go and I find like mad samples. I'm talking about like a ton of them, and I give the samples to him. Unchopped though, they're not chopped. It's like the full records. So back then I'm like downloading off of like LimeWire, Napster, another program called Aries. Aries was the one I stuck with the most because you I think it took a long time for them to get shut down type stuff. You understand what I'm saying? That open file sharing thing that they had. So I'm downloading mad stuff for all the movies. I'm a cinematic guy, so I'm downloading stuff for all the movies, whatever I can find. Like the background scores. I always typed in background score, film, that's all, because that's where you get the cinematic stuff from. And I sent him mad stuff. I gave it to him. He's like, oh, these are dope. So he listened to them. He's like, I'm gonna make the beats now. So he was the one who went to go make the beats, which means I wouldn't receive anything, which is crazy. You know what I mean? I feel so like, oh man, whatever. It's the past, right? So he goes and makes the beats, and then he sends he sends a certain amount at a time. I mean, and then he's like, oh, giving Legend like ideas, like, oh, we could put this artist on this one, we could put this artist on this one. So maybe only give me one verse for this, or I need two verses, or I need three verses for all this. You know what I'm saying? So now I remember like sitting in Legend, like, you ready? So we like, yo, he's a master at writing. You have to pay attention though, like, because his bars can really go over your head the way he puts it. So he's writing his rhymes, and he would come and he would spit it for me. So I was really basically like the first person that heard all of Legend's lyrics. Like, and I would like, yeah, that's dope. Or maybe critique this a little bit, or maybe say this, because I'm just thinking like on my level. Then he'll be like, nah, that's not what I mean, though. Like he'll be like, and then he'll tell me like, this is how it's supposed to be said. And I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. You know what I'm saying? So it was a lot of that for like a long time. And then once Legend got one song done, and he told the manager guy, he said, all right, we're gonna go into the studio, book that session, but keep writing. So Legend will go into the studio and record this one song, yeah, and then we would go back and we would finish to keep going. So, but Legend was kind of quick though. Like he would knock out like 2 songs quick, or maybe 3 songs writing wise, and then he would practice and try to get it down a little bit. But one thing about Legend back in the days, he wanted to go into the studio. Like he had this knack for like feeling the song out in the studio. So he would go to the studio and he would mess up a lot sometimes. And the guy was like, "Come on, Ledge, I thought you rehearsed it." Like But to the guy, his mindset is, "Oh, I got to pay for studio time." Ledge's mindset is, "I'm an artist. I'm trying to be creative. I'm trying to feel out the studio way of doing it, not just at home. The studio way, because there's a certain magic when you get on that microphone. You could practice a million times at home, and I know this for a fact. I've practiced something a million times, but when I got on the mic, it came out totally different, because it's just how you feel about that song, by how the music, you hear it in the headphones and you're vibing with it. You might even be closing your eyes, rhyming, singing. So it's something about the passion of the studio. It turns into a certain something different. You know what I mean? I don't know. I can't put my fingers on it, but it's there. You know what I'm saying? There's some type of magic with it. But I remember Legend writing these records, man, and it was not easy though. Writing the album, songs like full chorus, 3 verses back then, unless it was said he's going to put other people on those songs. 3 verses that have to match the record. Do you know how hard that is? Or for all the artists that have come before this generation, you could put out a freestyle, which is 1 verse, and that's it. I do my songs 2 verses. I could do 3 verses. I could do it. I could put the lyrics in my head, not a problem. But I do 2 verses because of the people's attention span. People, they can't stick with something for too long. Like, for example, this video right here is going to be 15 minutes. I do all my videos 15 minutes long. But when you look at my YouTube analytics, people only stay around for like 3 minutes of the video, because their attention span is so short that they can't stick around for something for too long. But do you know how bad that is? As a human being, if you can't watch a 15-minute video, do you know how bad that is? Like, that means your mind is scatterbrained. It's constantly trying to look for something else to calm it down. You know what I mean? Like, I've noticed that with a lot of people. Like, sometimes I'll be watching a show with my kids, or I won't even be watching with them. I'll be on the computer doing some work. I'm always working, and I see my kids watching something behind me, and I hear the show fast forward. And I turn around and I look, I'm like, nah, that didn't happen. But I just keep doing what I'm doing. And I hear it fast forward again, like, yo, did somebody just fast forward the movie? They're like, yeah, he did. I'm like, why are you fast forwarding the movie? Oh, I'm just trying to get to the good part. That's attention span. They can't get through the meat and potatoes. They cannot sit through the meat and potatoes because technically the meat and the potatoes is the good part, not the end. It's the build up. How are you going to skip to the end? You're not even going to know why you're even at the end of something. So it'd be kind of crazy, son. So the legend was dope, man. Like he would do like 3 verses for a record, and the songs would be crazy, crazy. And I remember, like, we had to travel though. We had to do like a lot of studio sessions. We would back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, going this studio, that studio. But I remember, like, we had sessions where they were dope and they were fun too, man. If you are a person who has never been to a real music studio in your life and recorded a record, I kind of feel bad for you because the way the world is moving now is moving away from that because people can produce at home, they can record at home. And it's actually messing up the game because it does not sound as good as those big studios. It does not. And I know because I play records from when we were in the big studios, and I play y'all records on YouTube, and it sounds totally different. It doesn't. It doesn't sound. It doesn't have that warmth. It doesn't have that color. It doesn't have that pop. And another thing is a lot of y'all just are not good mixing engineers because you only do what the next person told you to do or what you think is right. But I listened to y'all guys' music and I went back and I listened to the music from when we were in the studio, and there's a difference. The vocals, there's a big difference in the vocals too. Like Legend's vocals on a lot of these records compared to like the ones I hear from you guys and you girls, and we weren't even at the big studios in the city. But the ones that we were at, they you walk in, they got the console, the big joint, big console, like faders, all the compressors, the EQs, the mute buttons, the big compressor at the end of the chain, like all the that I'm not even lying to you, like the effects racks. Like you look around the studio in the walls, the racks were in the walls, all the outboard gear. So now the stuff that was patch bay to the big console was out around. Light studios lighting up, looking official. Legend getting in, he rhyming. And I'm listening to his vocals. I'm like, yo, those vocals sound crispy, son. And then we would leave the studio after we were finished because you don't stay there. You pay and you go. They don't play in those studios. You're in and you're out. There's more clients coming in. That back then it was like that for real, for real. And it might still be like that. I'm not too sure. I'm not in that realm anymore. But I don't know. So then you come back for your listening set. You come back for your listening set and you hear it. You hear how they transform that vocal to really, really pop and have a shine and a clarity, but still full and thick, sitting not over the beat, but sitting in the beat over the beat. If you get what I'm saying. Like it's that vocal is tucked into that track, but it has presence like that. So now as the beat and stuff is riding, you know what I'm saying? The beat is going, the vocals is bouncing right over the top of it. Boom, boom. Drums hit, boom, boom, bass hit, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? And those times were amazing. Now, I wish I could go back to that, but what I might do is, if things was to take off for me, is build me a studio just like that. And then, yeah, we'll be right back in that same field. You know what I mean? It's your boy Old Five Dynasty. I'm loving these stories, these vlogs, and I hope you are enjoying it at the same time. Talk to y'all later.